Republic of Zambia. If you are watching me for the first time, I'm Joseph Chimba, the Grassroots Media President, broadcasting live in the Republic of Zambia. Ka internet kalefa kambio kushupa after tuwaingia for broadcasting. So you can tell us exactly where you are watching the Grassroots Media from. You can tell us exactly where you are watching the Grassroots Media from. That is the topic this afternoon or this evening. So you can tell us exactly where you are watching. Ka network ngaba umfafi ati nambo kulanda nomba bade kata parusalirwa network. So you can tell us exactly where you are watching the Grassroots Media from. I want to say thank you to you brothers and sisters who are in diaspora, and you our brothers and sisters who are in Zambia, and those who are in South Africa, Tanzania, Botswana, Zambians who are in Nigeria, Uganda, those who are following us as far as Congo, DR, and Angola. We are saying thank you so much, brothers and sisters, and especially to those brothers and sisters who are helping us in one way or the other, because the state of the nation where we are now, the country is not the way it was in time of PF, time of MMD, and the time of UNIP. What we are seeing today is something else. Tatwa umfuirepo ekobaleka kama members of parliament nanguba governor elo twalela that UNIP yari in one party state. Tatwa umfuirepo wakaunda baleka kama governor. Tatwa umfuirepo wa MMD baleka kama members of parliament aba co-opposition. Tatwa umfuirepo eko ba PF ba ikete ba member of parliament aba UPND kuba tola kujere. Tatwa umfuirepo. Where we are now, this is not the country which we expected. This is not the democracy that FTJ and Lev Patrick Mwanawasa, which they fought for. Our brothers and our fathers bena FTJ. This is not the democracy that Kaunda allowed, the multi-party democracy. This is not what Kaunda allowed. When we had one party state, the Zambian people, they wanted a multi-party democracy, and Kaunda signed. Kaunda never signed the nonsense type of democracy. When FTJ and his friends, they came into government to bring multi-party democracy, this is not a multi-party that they fought for. Where a member of parliament ulandila kwa abantu ngati warola shefe ba Jackie Mwimbu balandile abena korela sumuitwefo balandile bakainde fe balandile when they were in opposition. If you imila andusha alechitika tabu yaba HH. I don't think bakainde HH mangabadi baba president. If the PF treated the UPND members of parliament the way they are being treated. And I want to advise you, brothers and sisters, the state of the nation, the way it is, it's not helping the growth of democracy in the Republic of Zambia. Ngachakweba tibaleka ka member of parliament. Ba mukaka ba mutwala kujere. Ba UPND bakwete ma members of parliament banga. Abale ponta. Time we bali opposition. Nibanga baka kile. Nibanga baka kile kuri hate speech. Nibanga abantu abale butuka muchalo. Ela ba UPND bali mu government. Nibanga abantu omfira ti o member of parliament na butuka o member of parliament na ba mustawanya wanya. Nikuisa tu omfile. The multi-party democracy that we have today, it's not the multi-party the Zambian people they cried for. Tatwa umfile kwa member of parliament waba UPND kula bekata. Wansecho walanda we muntu kuikata, kuchwala kujere. Politics is about tolerance, especially to the members of parliament. Niba ngaba ibile, abale balungu ati nikabuwalala. Niba ngaba ale balungu ati, abale balungu ati na ikarapanda masha boma. Nibanga abale tukanati abale balungu na ba PF kulanda ti ba mwankole. How many people are taken to jail? You see, politics is about tolerance. The politics that we have today is this is not politics. Our forefathers, they fought from one party state to the multi-party democracy. With multi-party democracy, you allow people to talk. Nangu abale balungu atinika bwara nibanga. Abale bepesha ba PF ati ba PF pali fuel bale ibapo 3 kwacha nibanga. Hello? Yes, boss. How are you? Your name and where are you calling us from?
Wonderful. Tushimba ulishani mune.
Buino shani, boss.
You are live?
I'm talking to Triple H.
Yes, this is one Triple H influential man, my brother, man.
Yes, my brother from another money. Namupangenda la masala. Mwema lejo callers. Mulesha na mwanista muliamu sana.
I'm following you now, state of the nation, Zambia.
Yes, my brother. I'm just introducing my topic.
Let me just add one or two, my brother, man.
No problem. You are free.
Wonderful. Greeting to all the Zambian people who are following you.
We appreciate so much.
I think it's a Jishima. Point ninga kambe, my brother, man, in Yaguti. Parliament for is it for that woman who was jailed for 8 months. Hello?
Yes, we are getting you loud and clear, boss.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know, my brother, man. Yes, when it was in power, no European member of Parliament was arrested. Respect in the politics is very important. If I may say, my brother, man, the way that woman came out and say, we members, the Easterners, we are men. What does it mean? That is the division. We don't want division. We are one people, one Zambia, one nation.
My brother.
Yes.
My brother.
Yes, my brother, man.
Triple H, I like you so much, but listen to this. There is a
listen, let me finish.
Yeah, just there. We need to discuss, my brother. Don't be very fast. You are my brother. When we are discussing, this is you and me, we are politicians and we love this country. There is a love of a mother and there is a love of a father. Women that carries us in their wombs. Triple H. When a woman, what caused all this drama? It was because of the problem of JJ. JJ, they said JJ was abducted. JJ was taken somewhere where the problem started from. And she spoke like the mind of a mother. You know, when our mothers are talking, they get frustrated, they can speak anything. That's why in politics, Bwana, Triple H, we need to have tolerance. Because tolerance creates peace, my brother. Women, you know, there is a heart of a man and the heart of a woman. You as a man, but daddying about 42, but sister, but daddying about 40. Why? Because we, women and men, we are different. You understand?
Listen, let me,
yes, boss.
Yes, let me talk, my brother, man. I don't agree with you, my brother.
You don't agree. Listen, Triple H. The reason why you don't agree, you, the Triple H, you are UPND supporter as a brother. But you, the UPND, you have never come out and say that guy who insulted Balungu, that is going to circumcise Balungu Nokubepaya. You have not talked about that. Okay, you can contribute. Network has come.
I'll be back so that we can finish the conversation.
Okay, no problem. My brother Triple H Cody is a UPND. That's we meet and we talk. Here, the problem that we are thinking like we are treating other animals to be more important than other animals, like that book of Animal Farm, where other animals were special, where other animals were not special. There is a book called The Animal Farm. When they make mistakes, even in parliament, but they have got a act of tolerance, because you are a member of parliament who was elected by the people in the constituency. You can make a mistake by talking. Not every person is perfect. That's why there is... I'm having a challenge of network. So give me about 2 or 3 minutes to see how the network will improve.
All right, my brother, man.
So, what we are saying is this. Somebody said Southern Province it's not go area for the opposition. What does that mean when somebody says Eastern Province is not go area for UPND, or Northern Province is not a go area for UPND or PF or any political party? What does that mean? So what we are seeing now, it's more like only those who are in opposition, who are opposing this failed government, are the people that are being arrested and who are being taken to jail. This is where we are. And the UPND, they should be aware that Kambudi was taken to court. They said he had tribal, whatever. What about that mayor? That person from Southern Province who said this time don't vote for anyone. We have to vote for our own. What happened to that person? Those people, they have never been arrested. There is that person who talked about the Catholic, Catholic bishop is a Lucifer. That is that speech. He has not been arrested because he's a UPND member. This is where we are now. We have got a law that is protecting those who are in government and only punishing those who are in opposition. And you cannot build a nation in such a manner. We are one people. We need to have tolerance. What was so difficult? Don't ever do that. You can educate. A court is not a place to punish people, but a court must be a place where they should also educate people. When we look at Balila, sometimes wapanga mistake parody. Those Lhasa officers, they can arrest you and impound the car, but they will advise you. Ila speed wachira utukilapo. Therefore, utabonza motoka. One, you are endangering your life, and other motorists, you don't drive like that. The people in front of you and the people who are behind you, they have got families that you are looking after. So drive like this. That's why sometimes balaku ikata taukwate license. Where is your driving license? Wana beba cha na chiraba driver's license. Taba impound motoka bope now. Balaku start device. Ela enda dionse ule enda neshi ule enda driver's license. Mlembo lefe ndelanda. Bala start device balatsa. Reason why kuna befindu fitike parod. Bala start device. That's why to study new. I'm a license. Bala start device. Taba kukata vya bope the license ngana stay expire. Yo tu akukata wala kujele. No, they always educate you. Like this is my old license and this is my new license. When I'm driving a car, sometimes I can make a mistake. National license. Balatsa sometimes bala check na system of start device. When you are driving a car, my brother, you need to be moving with your license. We wish you safe journey. That's how it is. But here in Zambia, everything that is spoken in the mind of a politician, they are becoming criminals, forgetting that we are wasting taxpayers' money. Nishingenda mwala onaura. Kuchomwa onawile kuli member of parliament you are peta uke. Nishingamwa onawile nishingamwa onawile ndalama isha kuli bomani. Nishingenda mwa onawile isha kuli malanji. Nishingamwa onawile ndalama kuli stotela. Nishingamwa onawile ndalama kuli chilangwa. Shirendalama shosenga shari bomba. Mwashita kwa mayala vizi. Abantu balenwa the way things are now. So the state of the nation is not good. We cannot be taking the members of parliament to jail. If the members of parliament can be arrested and taken to jail, who is going to be protected? Who is going to be protected? Brothers and sisters, who is going to be protected? So,
days that you were 2 years ago. They will tell you I'm worse off today. Every family will tell you that. Except those who are eating, working with President Lungu and the ministers who are eating taxpayers' money illegally. And those in state house around him. Yeah, otherwise everybody's
You did allude to...
How is life? How is the state of the nation today? Brothers and sisters, whatever you are watching, how is the state of the nation? I know there is no law that favors people, but in every nation, there is tolerance, especially for the members of parliament. Because members of parliament, they can talk anything, background, parliament, they can speak. But at the end of the day, we need to have tolerance, because tolerance creates peace. We are not in support of what is happening in this country, because what was happening in UPND, most of the people that were speaking outside parliament, you saw what happened in Mongu. Bale race, motoka kwa plero, tuwaisha motoka baka indele bitoku, na yotu waisha. What can happen? That what happened in Mongu there. Ngachakwa baka inde bare pita. Era na iwe wasenda motoka, you start racing as an opposition. What can happen to that opposition leader? You saw that Edgar had tolerance. You saw what happened when the PF was in the government. When we had an issue where President Hakainde Hichilema was arrested, and he was forgiven by the PF, by the Patriotic Front government. That is tolerance we are talking about. Because when you are racing with the president, you are endangering the life of the president. But because we must be a nation of tolerance. Because uliomulando apangire mabongo akulanda. No akupepeka president. Because what team of webe nshemi yotoka, ambulance inga ileisha siren, we have to park. Any vehicle that comes with a siren, to a parking a myotoka, whether for brigade, yaba president, the ambulance, we park. So that we pave our way for an emergency what? An emergency vehicle. The president, Edgar Lungu is in toilet. They were driving. And they were siren. There were vehicles that were sweeping. The loads in Mongu there. But what happened there? They are not given chance. And because the people talked to say, no, Mr. Edgar Lungu, people, they make mistakes. You need to forgive. Edgar Lungu and this government, they forgive Hakainde Hichilema. And that is the tolerance we are talking about. Because you cannot run a government of fighting the opposition or the members of parliament. You can't do that. So the state of where we are now, people are even scared they are scared to talk. Because they are fearing to go to jail. You don't run a government where people are living in fear. Even when there is load shedding, people are fearing to talk. When there is high cost of living, people are fearing to talk because they'll be arrested, because they'll be taken to prison. That is a failed government. We are in a multi-party democracy. As long as you're president, he has to allow people to talk. He has to allow people to express their views. Not kulatinya abantu ati ngalanda malo kwikata ama kadda zikula uma abantu kula fwa abantu pakoti yo trefwa yo waso pakoti tumume. That nonsense must be stopped. We are one Zambia, one nation. Our interest is to govern this country in a better way than the nonsense that were happening in the previous government. Because the problem that we have, it's more like this government came for revenge. If you had thought there were problems in the past, people, they have to see something different from a new government. A new government must sow new seeds, not the old seeds. But what is happening today? Mlesa ngachilango bali ikata, alimujele, chitotela bali ikata, boma ni bali ikata, malanji bali poka city, munari, munia zulu, bali poka city, bali mukaka, jeje alibutuka. Where are we going as a nation? Where are we going as a nation? You as a church, you have to be worried. You as a civil servant, you have to be worried. Because you are, but PF, the people that you told, they never respected the rule of law. They never arrested and took any UPND member of parliament to jail. That never happened. It is under the UPND government where we are able to see a member of parliament being arrested where we are able to see a member of parliament runs out from his country. It is under this government where we are able to see that that citizen has run away from the nation, where we are able to see Tahari Abu Tukechalo. Why? That is a bad indicator. That's why even Bazungu, they are saying, you people, you are not serious. Politics is about talking. Politics is about advising. Politics is not about arresting people. This is not a dictatorship. This is not one-party state, Bwana. You are in a multi-party democracy. You have to allow people to talk. Not to let tinya abantu. Why? If you don't want people to talk, Mr. Kainde Chilema, if you don't want people to talk, resign. We are not going to force you to be a president, you know. If you don't want people to talk about you, if you don't want people to talk about your failed leadership of UPND, resign. We are going to stop talking about you. As long as you are in government, as long as you are a president of this nation, we are going to continue talking. Not to kulatinya abantu. Member of parliament in Galanda Mwaikata. Ama seats are almost 7. Mwasenda ama seats. And you call that is multi-party democracy. Number, you are forgetting that it will be tomorrow, next year, when you are losing election. What will happen to the members of parliament of the UPND? Because by member of parliament about UPND, kuma constituency kwabo, kuriyama scandals, yama CDF everywhere. So what will happen? Baka sangu wapoka manganda ba member of parliament, aba kura manganda, ama ministers beno mwakwata. Ama ministers beno abakwata impia shonso choba fola na mangando bakula baka sangu wapoka. And that is the nation we are talking about. I call upon the spirit of unity for this country. And I call upon the spirit of no fear, so that the Zambian people can start expressing their views. You don't bring in, if you lose, if you funde, if you chafula state abantu, pako bati abantu leke ukulanda, mule bomba fe kwa chichalo, mwafe mweka. No. As long as you are a president, I don't care whether it's Edgar Lungu who is coming, Akainde HM who is coming. If it is Fred Membe, Kanaba, KBF, whoever is coming. We are not going to allow the nonsense to shut the people to talk. Ngata president, allow people to talk. Don't be a president. Don't scare people. Why are you scaring people? You are scaring people because you are cowards of developing the nation. When you work for the people, they will support you. They will protect your name. But what is happening this time? You want to frustrate everyone. Police, what is happening? What they are against? A police is going there. Never be used by a politician. If you are a police officer, know that you have got a family. Do work as work like that. Use your professionalism. Whether from the courts, from the police, be aware that those politicians you are supporting, they have got temporal power. Once they lose election, akainde ichilema udamule mona ala bakala mikataba police mwali stress ya sopadia babi tamfye nchito tamwaka kuli akainde ichilema tiyo bwana na bantamfye nchito kainda kamebati you are not working as professions mwaba shile bomba bune kuma court. You are risking your family and yourselves. Because what will happen? I have some cases muleka kabantu. Bakesa bwesha. Bakesa mkuyabwesha. And you as the one who is in charge, whether you are a police officer or working from any court, any organization, you are going to stand alone in the court of law. And you are not going to mention Akainde Echilema. Because Akainde Echilema wants to see the people working professionalism must be there. So, Namrela that you are Akainde Ulentuma, you want to please him. When he loses the election next year, you stand alone in the court of law. Ukarusen Chitoweka. We are Akainde Olelanda. We are going to protect him and he has got immunity. You the police, do you have immunity? You the people working from the courts, do you have immunity? We are Akainde Mulelanda got immunity. We are going to keep him like a baby as a former president. What about you, Mr. Police? Don't put your strength in the politicians. The political atmosphere is changing. Next year we are changing the government. Where are you going to be? You, Madam Police Officer. Where are you going to be? You, Madam Judge. Where are you going to be? Do your job according to what you have got. You went to study at school. You are promoting tribalism. Where are you going to be? You are insulting the former president. Where are you going to be? You need to understand. Ichalo. So, if you are Kwebati, you are working in government and you want to favor only those who are in government, my brother, the UPND government ya Peter. Bama police mkalatino kia kunchito because of what you are doing today. Mkalatina. Ba police baba mkalaso ntana. Aba arrest so nibada. Judge waso. Your majesty waso arrest if you so. At the end of the day, understand you went to school to study. Work according to the law so that at the end of the day, you have your own money as your salary and forget about favoring anyone because political power is not permanent. Political power is not permanent, Baba.
Wale tusungo mutende Wamifuluka mwewele ni Zambia tuachura Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Shukuru na mama twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Mayo na tata twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Ubayusi nati twende Twende nayo twende Itwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Wanene nati twende Twende nayo twende Itwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Bale leo kusumisha Lungu kwendamo Bale netu walibonela Natu imwena Bale neta kongo tutoe Tapale kwa tulia Tushashupa Bamulenge bantu mbo batopenga muki Dutula mukyalo kwa tikatuishi Bantu batopanga bila ni kwamba yolewo kabusu Efe tatwa mwini kwefe kushitifu Basala Atono ya PF Chamba tuwelefe ku PF Kwa mana Nchapwa PF wakatirela kaboti Bale tusunga buno sana Zambia twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Shukuru na mama twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Mayo na tata twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Wayusi nati twende Twende nayo twende Itwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Wanene nati twende Twende nayo twende Itwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Wafayo kuleta confusion mupati Yesu walete division Balapene walenda ndati tuwalipo wadabwe chivanda cha green time Luzeni muchinga Southeni lwapula munilunga Kupa belti na centuro Easteni ukubiga pora western Lusaka na mutile zanga yonse wana malike Tapa twende ni bonse Hamafama zina sivo sevanti Tieni mwishala muboti Zambia twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Shukuru na mama twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Mayo na tata twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Ubayusi nati twende Twende nayo twende Itwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Wanene nati twende Twende nayo twende Itwishala twende Yefu twende nayo Mama twende Twende nayo twende Mwishala kuzala Kwetu tukenda Chora kasolo
The message is very clear 2026, we are changing the government with Edgar Chagwa. Whether they like it or not, Edgar Chagwa is a champion for 2026. We are going back to Edgar Chagwa because he's a man that tolerated everyone. A man that had put the infrastructure first for the nation. A man who was selling fuel at 17 kwacha, unga 120, no road shedding. Kudi Edgar no road shedding. Fertilizer 8 bags, 6 bags. So if you are a Zambian, seated in the office where you are, look up to Edgar Lungu. The leadership of the UPND is full of frustrations. Fighting and taking the members of parliament to jail is a shame. It is a shame. It is a shame. Taking members of parliament who can be the voice for the voiceless. What happened to the Bowman? What happened to the Bachitotera? Niangama motoka elokuwa before my election. Niangama motoka ya PF. Oyo baona wili abantu. Ngatuambo kuyalanga kutambo kopama ama motoka ya PF obatobere. Abali ku opposition. Nianga. How many people were arrested? But abaresa ngwana ballot papers. Munshe fimuti. Why they have never been arrested? Kungo bali muipe. Kulisa kudani kuda kusolwezi. Who has been arrested? So some of these things we need to look at them for this country to heal, and we have to put the interest of this country first. The law must be equal to the opposition and those who are in ruling. Tuara umfwedi ashuko ili ama switch right. Baba bari maselo balelanda. Where are they today? Abalela ndo kwebati because if what so abana babaleka because of so na so they are out of the cells. Was that not yet speech? Why? But abari maselo yashira switch right. Balelanda where are they today? Number imagining awali wa opposition ewala ndira damashumu mu maselo ngari kuisa. So what we are talking about, power belongs to the people. When we are a politician, put the interests of the country and develop the nation. In your ruling, as a government, you have to have tolerance. Uriana mayo. That's why narebe Abana mayo ine. Namebe every day Abana mayo. You Zambian women, you don't stand up for your fellow women. Look at the life. You were quiet. Look at the life of that woman who was DPP. The life she went through. Look at that woman who was Register of Society. The life she went through. Look at the life Mabonga has gone through. The numbers of the women is shrinking in this country. For this country to develop, we need our mothers. We need women to be part of governance. Number, if we want to see this country develop, let us promote women to be part of governance. For every successful man, there is a woman behind. So if we want this country to develop, we need to involve our women. We need more women in government. We need more women in leadership. But what is happening today? Our women are being mistreated. And you, the Zambian people, especially you, the women, you are able to watch your fellow women. They are being mistreated and you are watching. So we call upon you, the women. Stand up for your fellow women. For this nation to develop, we need women. We need people who are disabled for this country to develop. How many women are in parliament? How many women do we have in the cabinet of Akainde Chilema? Some of you don't even know them. You only know Basuve Masebokwapwa. How many women are ministers that you know? How many are they? The only person you know who are the Minister of Land. Minister of Land. So women, stand up for your fellow women. UPND, protect the future of women. Women, they suffer too much because we, men, we don't want to respect our women, especially when they are in leadership. We need to respect them. We need to help them. We need to make sure that they are being promoted and protected for this nation to develop. We need women in governance. A good government must have tolerance because tolerance creates peace. When you have got tolerance creates peace. Look what the tolerance that PF had. Look what the tolerance PF had, especially Barungu. That's why mwene pwefile chitika party. Yo, former president ya ba president ya bacharo, tabesho ne fiareria, tabesho no kwali, tabesho no la Bwela. Then you are saying we are in Zambia. If the government cannot tell us exactly what is happening with the former president, where is the former president? Usheba Lungu, everybody is taba kaunda. Usheba Lungu, everybody is taba saba fuminepo. Brothers and sisters, kaya nambo kumipela ama examples. Urupato, talukura charo. Urupato, talukura charo. No kupato omuntu wafwa, talukura charo. Kaya nambo kumipela ma examples. Nga mwaku bashika ba ama former presidents kuria. Mwana musange okweba ati ba Michael Sata bali bapangira kanganda. Ba Chiruba bali bapangira akanganda beka balala bukanterero ba Levi Mwanawasa bali bapangira kanganda Lupia Banda na bakeke ba first former president bachibalelo kwa infra ile baruka. Why don't you PND have been in government for how many years? 4 years. Bali filo kupangira ba kaunda na Lupia Banda utumanganda turaba pangira bala bonsa baiche. Because that is a former president where you can go and read history. Ngawaingira muri ba Michael Sata muno balala wala uberenge was Michael Sata. Ngawamula mubalala ba Levi Mwanawasa wala uberenge was Levi Mwanawasa. Ngawaya muromu alala FTJ wala umone if you FTJ Ari, he was a unionist. He is the one who came with multi-party democracy. History is there. What about the father of this nation? Keke. Nangu mwalimu pata mwema Zambian. Chinwe chalo te develop. Because walipatala nemfwa. Bakaunda. Eba nga mwaku Tanzania. President wa first wa pandalama. Kufialo kuingi. President wa first wa bika pandalama. So that you don't lose history. Abana tabaishwa former na first president. Indalama mwabika pwefioni. Mwabika po ifintu vya kwebati tafukwa tena obuyo mwana bo muntu uwaruile ubuntungwa the first father of this nation keke mwafira kumubika pandalama nishi mwafirirwa bonse mwe government mwe badiko na mwe balipo. Why have you ni jealous yashan mukabike po keke pandalama tatulefwaya kulabika ma hidden images pandalama tukabika fe umofyo omuntu yangushana kubika pokeke fila ku America bachita ku Tanzania fila ku South Africa and other countries. They respect the first former president, but here in Zambia former first president you don't care for him. Number, if you cannot care for history, whom are you going to care? This country cannot develop. There is too much hatred, there is no respect, there is tribalism, there is regionalism. There is too much hatred. You can't run a government with hatred, you people. You can only develop a nation when all of us will come together with one language of one Zambia, one nation. For this country to develop, we need young men and women that can preach togetherness, stop the nonsense of tribalism, stop the nonsense of stealing government properties, stop the nonsense of stealing medicine in hospitals. These are some of the things that we should look at as Zambians. Not if it comes jaro. Abantu bale ibemiti, abantu bale efwa, and do our brothers and sisters who are watching. The state of the nation, the way it is today, this is not the Zambian. No, those who went in diaspora. The UPND, they were allowed to speak. The UPND, they were allowed to campaign. The UPND, they were allowed to speak. That's why bale enda bakainde bakurundazi yonga na isa bridge kesa panga bale yakuma radio station kwa mkube pobu fifiwo ikaba 12 kwacha ubunga bukaba 50 kwacha. He was moving around in all radio stations. What have we achieved? We have achieved kuratinya abantu also walanda kuikata. When you are a failed government, you are going to put fear in the minds of the people so that people stop fearing. The people start fearing. A good government develop a nation without fear of its citizen. You, the people in government, you have to be aware Zambian people are your bosses. And you have to respect your bosses who are the Zambian people. Not mule tinya bantu. Gamwa iso luchero kutinya bantu. Maro kuikatoyu. Maro akujere. If you want one party state, tell the Zambian people, we want one party state. Gamwa for dictatorship. Announce it. That we want dictatorship. So that the Zambian people, they can prepare. Than arresting the people who are in your position only. Leaving those who are in ruling. Then you are... Mula isebanya. Why mula isebanya?
Coming, he did not understand the assignment completely. When he was talking about load shedding, he did not understand the assignment completely. When he was talking about infrastructure projects, he did not understand the assignment completely. When he was giving away the dual carriageway to some consortium that didn't exist before that particular project came and called it a PPP, he now understands not the PPP, he also did not understand the assignment completely. When they were giving away Mopani for free, giving it away for free, he did not understand the assignment completely. The assignment there was that the Zambian government had decided to repossess some of these mines and begin to run these mines so that we can maximize benefit from the mining sector. But he came in and just gave up that mine free of charge. Why? Because he did not understand the assignment completely. Him and Comrade Mufukotwane did not understand that the cost of fuel was dependent upon two fundamentals. One was the international oil price, the other one was the exchange rate. By giving away those concessions that they gave, giving these mines, reducing mineral royalty tax from 6% to 3%, and making it deductible, that would reduce revenue to the treasury in terms of dollars. If this was going to increase the exchange rates, and eventually have an impact on the cost of fuel. Now, the cost of fuel impacts almost everything in this country. So the reason is simple. Our friends did not understand the assignment. We want to say this to the Zambian people. The UPND government has gone to Kenya to hire experts. After hiring experts, they employ people in the ministries. They have employed director of media, but nothing is working. All these people that they have hired, I feel pity for our young brother. There's some director in media now. He's all over the show. But you see, you have to have what to say. It doesn't matter how good you think you are. If there's nothing to say, the result is the same. The Kenyan experts have done a great job wherever they've been contracted. Why? Because there's been content. They've been able to project a progress, of a particular country that contracted them. You can't bring in experts to come and spin the narrative where you say Milimi will be at 50 kwacha and Milimi is at 450. What are you going to say? Because at the end of the day, the people still buy Milimi at 450.
No, exactly.
If you say fuel will be at 12 kwacha and today fuel is at 32 kwacha, even if you got the best media expert, there is nothing that they will say. Because the motorists will go to the service station and still buy a fuel at 50 kwacha. So I sympathize with our colleagues in the UPND. They should not think words alone can pacify the situation. Words alone will not bring down the cost of living. To my big brother, President Akande Hichilema, he has got a few months to rectify the situation before they leave government. Because obviously, as the head of state, he needs to leave a legacy. He needs to be remembered for something. 4 years down the line, there is absolutely nothing to remember the president for. The only thing the Zambians are remembering President Akande for is a high cost of living. So he's got a couple of months now to quickly adjust, and be able to do something for the Zambian people. President ECL is not vengeful. I know very well that if President Akande picked up the phone, apologized to his brother, and asked him what he can do in the remaining months, just try and surface, at least be able to do something that will add to his legacy, President Edgar will be very quick to assist his brother so that he just does not walk away from presidency with a bad record.
You have heard what Honorable Brian Munduvile has spoken. The information is very clear. We are only going to remember President Hakainde Hichilema with high cost of living, high prices of fuel, high prices of mealie meal. Those are some of the things that we are going to remember President Hakainde Hichilema. Remember, change is on the way. Remember, next year, we are going for a general election, not a by-election. We are going for a general election. Whether they like it or not, they are not going to manipulate constitution where they are going to amend that 2026 we are not going for a general election. No. They are going to talk about whatever they can say. But the truth of the matter, 2026, we are going for a general election. Where, in Daonamesh, where the Zambian people, they will decide another future for 5 years. We call upon you, the Zambian people within the country, and those who are outside the country, we call upon you that register as voters so that the real change must come in the 2026. Grassroots media. Tuaba Parendo. We take 3 steps side every day. May God bless you wherever you are watching. The future, the light at the end of the tunnel. We have got the light at the end of the tunnel. Edgar Chagwa is there. And the main factor for 2026, Edgar Chagwa. Changing of the government next year. We are changing the government. Whether the UPND, they like it or not. 2026, we are looking up to a good government that will reduce high prices of fuel, that will reduce the nonsense of high exchange rate, that, the government that will push for infrastructure so that the youths, those who are wallowing in poverty, they can find something to do. Nangukupangemi ama bridge, kupangemi sebo, nangukupangemi foro. They are going to have an opportunity to work either in infrastructure, upangama skuru, patala. That is the government we are looking up to. And the answer is Edgar Chagwa 2026. So, Mirabe Palakonseko Muri, Edgar Chagwa 2026, the game is over. Plan B is working very well. And we have seen it. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters who have got faith and the trust in Plan B. Because Edgar Lungu is Plan B. Edgar Lungu and his team, they are not sleeping. They are working day and night to make sure that next year we change the government that has failed to improve the lives of the people. Joseph Chimba, Grassroots Media, signing off. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Let's have